The Georgia Bulldogs don't play the Oregon Ducks for a few more weeks, but that doesn't matter to me because it is high school football season in the state of Georgia. Listen, I love the Atlanta Braves and Major League Baseball. College football is the best sport in the entire world, but high school football is right there with it for me. Can't get enough of it. I love this stuff, and it starts this week in the state of Georgia. That's what this video is going to be breaking down, basically where the Georgia commitments in state are going to be playing this weekend, and other games to know, other players to know in the 2024 class, some in the 2025 class. I know that's really young for a lot of you watching this video, but it's still important, at least it is to me, because I cover this state, I cover Georgia football, I cover Georgia recruiting, so it's all kind of goes together a little bit. So I'm excited for the weekend. Let's jump right into this. Again, there's only 4 Georgia commitments in state right now who are playing big games. I'm not counting Seven Cloud, a 3-star defensive lineman. I'm not even sure if he's still at McEachern or not. That's something I need to check up on, but I don't think he's signing with them. So not a guy I'm really talking about much, but a guy that I did want to talk about is Beau, left tackle at Langston Hughes, a top 6A program in the state. A lot of people think that they could be the best team in the state of Georgia, regardless of class. Flirting with Auburn a little bit. I think Georgia's going to have to hold on to his commitment. He plays against Spartanburg High School on Saturday at 7 o'clock at Milton. So if you're in the Milton area, North Fulton area, big Georgia fan, you want to go check out Beau. He plays at Milton High School. You don't have to go all the way down to South Atlanta to watch him play. So I will be there in attendance. I didn't want to go all the way to Langston Hughes to watch him play, but he's playing sort of in my neck of the woods at Milton High School. So I'm ready to go see him Saturday night. CJ Allen, 4-star linebacker out of Lamar County. He's going down to Wilcox County this weekend, down playing in Rochelle with the Nats down there. So they actually have a 2024 wide receiver, BJ Gibson, who I think is really good. He's committed to Tennessee to play baseball in the 24 class, but Georgia offered him this year wide receiver, name to know. But CJ Allen, easily a top 10 player in the state, in my opinion. Excellent linebacker commitment for the Dogs. So if you're in South Georgia, around Rochelle, Wilcox County, anywhere around there, you want to go see CJ Allen, this weekend is the time to do it. Kelton Smith, offensive line, interior offensive line commitment out of Carver, Columbus High School. He plays on Thursday at Hardaway. So if you're in the Columbus area, want to go check out Kelton Smith. He plays at Hardaway Thursday, I believe, at 8 o'clock. So not a Friday night game. That was on Thursday. Lawson, Luckie, tight end commit out of Norcross High School. He plays in the Corky Kell Classic Saturday at 1 o'clock at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. It's on TV, so you can watch it on TV if you don't want to trek down to Atlanta. Against Brookwood, they've got Dylan Lonergan, high 4-star quarterback committed to Alabama, the best quarterback in the state of Georgia, in my opinion. So definitely, I'll be watching that one on TV because I'm going to go to the Beau game later that day. I'm not tracking back and forth, especially when I'm going to see Lawson Luckie play the following week when Norcross hosts Mill Creek, a game I've had circled for a while. So I'm going to go see Lawson Luckie week 2. On Friday, the 19th, opening weekend of high school football, I will be at Milton High School. They've got a big jamboree going on. Buford plays Thompson at Milton High School. Listen, I'll be frank with you. I was really hoping Justice Haynes would commit to Georgia so I could make a video every week just showing y'all Justice Haynes highlights. But obviously he spurned Georgia for Alabama. But Buford is still a team that I plan on seeing multiple times because they've got a loaded 2024 class, including KJ Bolden, number 2 player in the state of Georgia, in my opinion, for that 24 class. I think Georgia sits in a good spot for him. Elite wide receiver, defensive back with track speed. Definitely a guy I want to get some eyeballs on. Edric Houston, edge defender, explosive off the ball. He's going to terrorize quarterbacks all year. I think he's a high 4-star, possibly a low 5-star guy, top 10 player in the state of Georgia, in my opinion, in the 2024 class. That outside linebacker, King Joseph Edwards, another guy with the Georgia offer who's been to Athens multiple times this year, who can also get after the passer. He dominated the Under Armour camp in Atlanta back in February, earned an offer from the Bulldogs that night. So he's a guy to keep an eye on. So there's plenty of Buford Wolves with Georgia offers in that 24 class. So I will be there. Then I'm going to drive over to Alpharetta High School, an area I know very well. Used to work over there at that YMCA next to Alpharetta High School. Jefferson with Sammy Brown, the number 1 player in the state of Georgia, in my opinion, is going to be playing at Alpharetta. So I'm going to watch probably half of the Buford-Thompson game at Milton, then drive over to Alpharetta, hopefully to get y'all some Sammy Brown highlights to show you. I think he's going to have a big day against Alpharetta, which is a program on the rise. Their head coach used to be the offensive coordinator at Hoover High School when George Pickens was there. He gave me some great quotes about George Pickens during his recruitment. So the guy knows what he's doing. He won a lot of games as the coordinator at Hoover, trying to build that Alpharetta program. They have a tight end already who has a Georgia offer in the 25 class. He's just going to be a sophomore. Ethan Barber already has an offer from Todd Hartley and Brian McClendon, pass-catching tight end, who I really want to check out in person. Might try to go to a practice later this week just to get eyeballs, get some pictures. But Jefferson at Alpharetta is definitely a game I'm looking forward to watching. So seeing 2 games Friday night. I'm seeing Langston and Hughes play on Saturday. They're loaded with talent. I love their quarterback, Prentice Nolan. He's not a Georgia guy. He's a left-handed quarterback in the 24 class, but dude can rip it. I expect him to have a monster year. They are loaded with talent at Langston Hughes. So glad they're coming up to my neck of the woods, playing at Milton High School, one of the best venues around in this area for sure. Let's talk more about the Corky Kell. All these games are on TV. Excuse me, I have a little bit of a cold. August 17th is when it starts at Johns Creek High School. You have Kell, a program on the rise. Quarterback Bryce Clavon coming up from Dutchtown High School, big-time Oklahoma baseball commitment, playing against Cherokee Bluff at 5:30. Then you have Johns Creek versus Parkview, a team with more 2024 talent. Mike Matthews is the name to know there. He's a top 5 player in my rankings in the 24 class, has an offer from Georgia to play wide receiver, but he's an excellent defensive back as well. He's another guy who I think might push for 5-star status depending on the recruiting outlet that you look at. Hopefully it is Dog Post, but I think he's either 5 or 6 on my personal list. I really have to go check that out. I need to update that, but Mike Matthews definitely a name to know at Parkview. August 18th at West Forsyth, right down the road from me. North Atlanta versus North Forsyth at 5:30. Then West Forsyth taking on a tough Archer team. Their head coach was the offensive coordinator at Collins Hill last year. So Archer, I think, is a team on the rise. They might surprise some people this year. August 19th at Rome. Friday night, you have Fellowship Christian versus Mount Pisgah at 2:30. 5:30, Cass versus Kennesaw Mountain. Sokovie White, 2024 wide receiver with a Georgia offer, plays at Cass. They've got a lot of young talent. Kennesaw Mountain might have their best team they've ever had this upcoming season. Plenty of talent for the Mustangs over in the Kennesaw, another area where I used to live. Very familiar with them and their staff. I think they're going to have a big year. And then 8:30, Rome and Creekside. Talent all over the field for both of those teams. Really interested to see how that game goes. Of course, I will be at Alpharetta High School at that time, so I will not have eyeballs on those games. But again, they're on TV if you want to check them out. And then August 20th, that Saturday at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, McEachern takes on North Gwinnett with Cade McDonald, a defensive lineman I love. Still talking with Georgia a little bit. I think he's more of a plan B or C option for them, but he is a game wrecker at defensive tackle. That's at 10 a.m. 1 p.m. Brookwood versus Norcross, a game I would love to watch on TV. Walton versus Mill Creek at 4. Walton has a 2024 linebacker, Wendell Gregory, who I think is rising in the rankings. I think he's an SEC guy. No offer from Georgia yet. Ashton Woods, brother of Dominic Blaylock, it plays for Walton, an outstanding linebacker to keep an eye on as well. And then at 7 o'clock, Marietta versus Grayson. Of course, the Rams are loaded once again. They have a very strong 2024 class. And Marietta needs to kind of get it going. They won state in 2020 with Harrison Bailey, Eric Gilbert, BJ Ojulari, trying to get back to where they once were. So, again, you can see how excited I am for this opening week of high school football. I just love it. There's just something different about not only college football, but high school football as well. The NFL's great. I love watching the Falcons disappoint me every Sunday. I mean, that's a tradition that I have while still trying to write up notes from the Georgia game that I covered the previous day. But high school football is just so pure. It's authentic. I live in an area where there's just talent. 15 minutes this way, 15 minutes this way, 10 minutes this way. So I'm blessed to be able to watch some of the best high school players, not only in the state, but in the country, close by. So I love it. We've waited a long time. It's been a long off season, and I am ready for high school football to be here. And it starts this weekend, so plenty of games to watch. Make sure you check out the Corky Kell Classic with all those games going on, starting again August 17th running through the 20th. If you're in Atlanta, want to check out some Georgia prospects, go check out some of those games on Saturday. Overall, again, not a ton of Georgia commitments in the state right now on board, but plenty of 2024 prospects playing around. So that's going to be one of my goals, is to get pictures, get updated video for a lot of these 2024 targets, because I think a lot of them could be on Georgia's commit list at some point. Would love to get some video for y'all to show you. So I'm ready. Can't wait. Hope y'all are too. Thanks for watching this video. Hope you learned something about some of the games going on this upcoming weekend. Thanks for watching this video. Hope to have some Sammy Brown highlights, maybe some KJ Bolden highlights, maybe some Beau Huli highlights later this weekend and early in next week. Guys, thanks for watching this video. As always, stay tuned to the next one coming up right now, and I will see you over on Dog Post.